Predatory behaviors by private equity (PE) firms and venture capitalists (VCs) can significantly disrupt the sports business industry, affecting teams, athletes, and the overall ecosystem. Here are key examples of how these behaviors can cause negative impacts. Exploitation of athletes' contracts can be exploited by private equity firms and venture capitalists seeking to extract value from athletes by investing in sports management companies or acquiring stakes in teams. In some cases, this can lead to the over-commercialization of athletes, where their personal brands are overly exploited, leaving them with little control over their image or contracts. This has been seen in cases where athletes are pressured to take endorsement deals or participate in events that primarily serve investor interests rather than align with their personal goals or long-term career vision. For example, PE-owned sports agencies or marketing companies may focus more on maximizing short-term returns from athletes' deals, which can result in burnout or public relations issues for the athletes involved. Excessive debt burden on teams occurs when private equity firms purchase sports teams. They often load them with substantial debt through leveraged buyouts, LBOs. This debt burden can severely limit a team's ability to invest in players, staff, and facilities. If the team underperforms, the PE firm may cut costs by selling valuable assets, such as star players or the team's stadium rights, to recover their investment quickly. This was a concern when PE-backed firms showed interest in acquiring teams in European soccer leagues. Some soccer teams in Europe have seen their financial stability threatened by private equity involvement, resulting in fan protests, deteriorating performance, and even relegation from top leagues due to a lack of investment in talent. Short-term profit focus at the expense of long-term success is a direct result of PE and VC firms' notorious short-term exit strategies, which can lead to decisions that prioritize immediate financial returns over the long-term success of a sports team or league. In the sports business, this might manifest as prioritizing media deals, sponsorships, and events that provide quick revenue but neglect long-term investment in grassroots development, youth academies, or infrastructure. An example of private equity firms involved in Formula One were criticized for prioritizing short-term profits through television and commercial rights deals, while investments in fan engagement and the sustainability of the sport lagged behind. Reduction in fan experience and engagement. When private equity firms acquire stakes in sports teams, leagues, or venues, they may focus on increasing ticket prices and selling exclusive broadcast rights to maximize returns. This can alienate fans, particularly loyal local supporters who may be priced out of games or events. The focus on revenue generation, such as selling premium seating or VIP experiences, often prioritizes corporate clients over everyday fans. Another example was in the English Premier League. Some clubs owned by private equity-backed firms faced backlash for increasing ticket prices and reducing local fan engagement in favor of targeting international audiences and commercial opportunities, resulting in cutting of key services and staff. PE firms often implement aggressive cost-cutting measures after acquiring a business. In the sports industry, this could result in layoffs of key personnel, such as coaches, trainers, and media personnel. The focus on profitability can lead to cutbacks in critical areas like player development, health services, and youth academies, which are vital for the long-term success of teams and athletes. Some lower-tier football clubs in Europe, after being acquired by private equity firms, saw their development programs and community outreach initiatives reduced, leading to a diminished pipeline of young talent and reduced fan engagement. Monetizing college athletes. With the increasing commercialization of college athletics, There are growing concerns that private equity and venture capitalists will seek to monetize the name, image, and likeness, nil rights by way of nil collectives, universities, coaches, and other bad actor third parties, including attorneys, operating under conflict of interest of college athletes in ways that disproportionately benefit investors. This could lead to college athletes being signed to exploitative endorsement deals or contracts, with the bulk of the financial benefit going to investors rather than the athletes themselves. Some athletes are seeking retribution of the predatory and exploitive use of their name, image, and likeness in perpetuity with zero monetary value provided to them. Also restricting them from using the same content, highlighting them based on past agreements overseen by university, coaches, and NCAA managing their contracts. Selling off team assets in an effort to maximize returns. PE firms may sell off stadium naming and other rights, training facilities, or even the team's intellectual property such as logos and merchandising rights, leaving the team vulnerable to financial instability. This can erode a team's brand and alienate fans, as the team becomes more of a commercial entity rather than a community asset. In conclusion, the focus on profit maximization by private equity and venture capital firms can harm the sports industry by shifting the focus from long-term sustainability and fan engagement to short-term financial returns. Whether through debt loading, over-commercialization, or excessive cost-cutting, the impact can lead to a decline in the quality of the sports product, alienation of key stakeholders, and negative outcomes for both athletes and fans. Truth is RTG Athletic.